Hello, everyone. Thank you for stopping by to watch another episode here at Investing with All I See is W, where we talk about finance, personal health, and self-development. Well, today I wanted to make this video to share with you stock updates on 4 tickers that I am currently invested in, and I wanted to share my insights on why I am bullish on these tickers. Now, let's get started. Before I begin, though, I'd like to inform you that all of the information I'll be sharing with you today should be used as guidance information only, and any time when you do make an investment, please make sure to do your own research. Now, the 4 tickers I wanted to share with you are in the biotech sector, with the first ticker being Inovio Pharmaceuticals, INO. Now, just recently today, we heard news from the CEO, Joseph Kim, that he remains confident in the company in being able to deliver a safe and effective vaccine. And just recently, we know this week that the company has been dosing patients in the phase 2 clinical trials, and the goal is to ramp up to like 400 patients to evaluate the safety and efficacy profile of the INO 4800 vaccine candidate. And this is looking promising because where Inovio is today compared to where they were previously in September timeframe when the FDA halt took place, the company just rolled with the punches and realized that the Selectra device being used with the COVID-19 vaccine candidate, which is a biologics, this is considered a combination device, and that is why the Food and Drug Administration has a lot more questions, because the Selectra device is considered a medical device which is regulated by a different center within the Food and Drug Administration. And with the vaccine, that's regulated by the Biologics Center of the Food and Drug Administration, and that is why there's more questions. And the key thing is that there is going to be a combination submission to the Food and Drug Administration via like a biologics license application if and when Inovio Pharmaceuticals gets to the phase 3 clinical trials, where the company has already established the right concentration amount for positioning for the phase 3 clinical trials. And this is looking very good because we know that Inovio Pharmaceuticals had just partnered up with Canica to support scaling up the manufacturing. And one of the unique things that I feel is going to play out is that Inovio Pharmaceuticals may not be the number one leading vaccine manufacturer that gets product approval, but it will be in the wave 2 where it'll be lined up with like companies like Johnson & Johnson, Novavax, and I feel that's when INO will be able to showcase itself as one of the leading vaccine candidates. And this is a company that's really monopolized the DNA sector. We have a lot of different RNA-based vaccines, but not DNA-based, and that is why I feel Inovio Pharmaceuticals will be able to position itself to really show that it works much better than all other vaccines that are available. And of course, we're going to see a lot of differences with the current vaccines that are awaiting for emergency use authorization, for example, like with Pfizer, Moderna. And I feel like once we are able to look at post-market data to see how patients are really responding to the vaccine, whether there's any safety profile issues, then that's going to increase the demand for companies like Inovio Pharmaceuticals. And I am remaining bullish, where I forecast that the share price will reach up to the $45 share price range, possibly by end of year up through Q1. That's why I remain highly bullish, and that's where I stand with Inovio Pharmaceuticals. And it's great just to see that the CEO has responded to say that he's excited to see where the company is, and they're working night and day right now just to get regulatory approval on their product. And I feel like potentially Q1 of 2021 we may hear emergency use authorization depending on the outcome of phase 2 clinical trials. If we see so much positive data, then that's going to look solid. And we know that the peer review data will likely be released very soon, as well as news on external funding. So let's hold on tight for Inovio Pharmaceuticals. Next up, I wanted to pivot over to is iBio. Although we had seen a drop in the share price today, like right at the opening about like 14%. The share price did gain back up to like a 10% loss, and in the aftermarket we see like at about a 2% gain. So although it is a significant drop, I feel like the company is positioning itself in the long run. And what we know is today the company announced 350 million shares allowed to be purchased, and that ultimately had made the share price be reduced quite a bit. But I feel like come the event that's going to be coming out on the 9th, we shall see positive uplifting news. And based on the data that was released this week, we see the timeline of the plan for iBio, and come this month we shall hear investigational new drug submission on one of its drug product candidates. Can it be the iBio 200 or the 201? That's going to be very exciting, just hearing that there's an investigational new drug submission submitted to the Food and Drug Administration. And I feel like the share price can start rising up, because ultimately with the two unexpected waves with iBio, that all was driven from COVID-19 news. So ultimately iBio definitely needs to leverage some uplifting news with the iBio 201 Licum subunit protein, and as well as the EVLP virus-like particle iBio 200 vaccine candidate. So what we also learned is that the company is now going to be a contract manufacturer for ATP Therapeutics, and they're also going to be partnering up with the University of Pittsburgh, while they are already partnered up with Texas A&M to support the vaccines for the COVID-19. So as you can see, there's just so much positioning that's happening with iBio, as well as Fast Farm technology gaining recognition and respect at this time. So plant-based technology is also one core thing that I firmly believe in. That's why I have my money parked in iBio. Now, next ticker I wanted to pivot over to is VBI Vaccines by the ticker VBIV. What I like so much about VBIV is the fact that we just heard that the company had just added a new arsenal to support with the scale-up manufacturing of its Hepcide B vaccine intended for hepatitis B infected patients. We know that that product is commercialized in Israel. We shall hear commercialization in Europe, because it just submitted marketing authorization for the member states in Europe, as well as submitting a biologics license application to the Food and Drug Administration about a week or two ago. So as you can see, the company is preparing to scale up, at least for one product that's already in commercial use within Israel, but now it's trying to expand that so that positive return on cash flow can start kicking in. And let's not ignore the VBI 2900, because we can unexpectedly hear news about investigational new drug submission for the VBI 2900 intended for COVID-19 vaccine. And the fact that this company is based in Massachusetts, I feel like it's a high quality based company that can add value, and it's already demonstrated itself with its commercial product Hepcide B to cure for hepatitis B. Now, I feel like the share price can triple in value up to like the $9 share price range, potentially up to the double-digit share price range coming very soon. So let's not ignore what VBIV can do for you. Now, the last ticker I wanted to pivot over to is Zomedica by the ticker ZOM. Now, what I like so much about this company is that the share price was previously at 7 cents, and now it's gone up to like the 17 cents. And what we know is that the TRUFORMA drug product candidate will be commercialized if and when the Food and Drug Administration approves it, with the target date of March 2021. And this is going to be breakthrough science, at least for the veterinarian sector. And what we know is that this market has a low number of competitors. So let's say if and when Zomedica has an approved product to commercialize, then there's not too many competitors, and that's going to be just solid news for Zomedica, because most of the market share will be dominated by Zomedica Pharma, and that's why I feel like the share price can hover up. And I feel like it can definitely hover up to 50 cents come like February, even before the the launch date, and when it does get launched, I firmly believe that it can definitely break the whole dollar share price value. So overall, these are the 4 tickers I wanted to share with you, and I hope that it added value and new insights to your strategic thinking. And if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit the like and subscribe for more related content. I also would love to hear any questions that you have, and I'm willing to answer any of the questions that you have available. Just make sure to comment below, and make sure to share this video to your friends and family to add value so I can grow my channel as well. Well, once again, thank you so much, and let's gain on positive proceeds. Thank you all.